Alright, the latest project is 60% done or so. I bought a Blue Ox base plate for my Subaru. It has the removable ends, so it's pretty inconspicuous when it's not being used. It's got the safety chain hookups and a bracket there for the wiring. And I wasn't planning on getting a tow bar right away, but I came across a deal on this Brute Elite II, which has the built-in ready brake, surge brake, and I just couldn't pass up. This is a $1,600 tow bar, not counting the adapters to go from the tow bar to a Blue Ox base plate, and I paid $250 for it. So it's a steal. It came with the wire umbilical, actually a second one, and the plug, all the pins, the safety chains. The only things missing were a 7-way, which I installed here under my license plate on the door. The wiring was already here, but it had an old rectangular 6 plug I'd never seen before. So I redid it as a 7-way, although I only have 5 wires that I really need. And I'm missing the actual brake cable system. I have the parts that go here, the adjustable parts, but the parts that get permanently installed in the car, I don't yet have. I've got to get the regular brake cable mounted somewhere in the center here, and then the safety cable mounted somewhere off to the side. This bus is obviously towed before. It has an eyelet for the emergency breakaway safety. I modified the hitch. It was a ball mount, and I have some pictures. I don't know if I did a video on my modification for this, but it's basically dead level within half a degree with no drop or raise, purely by chance. And it's ready to rock and roll other than those 2 brake cables, which aren't too terribly expensive. I think the regular brake assembly is like $60 and the breakaway is like $70. So considering I paid $450 for the tow bar, $250 for the tow, $450 for the base plate rather, and $250 for the tow bar, even spending another $150 on odds and ends, I have less invested in this than just buying the Ready Brute Elite II new. It's been used, but not heavily. Most of this dirt is actually just from me now standing on it while I was wiring this guy up, because I had my rear hatch open. I have checked all the lights, which I've already wired in. I guess I did spend about $30 on wire and diodes. So I pulled my regular tail lights out and installed some diodes so that the LEDs here come on for tail light and get brighter for brake, and the amber bulbs come on for turn. My marker lights back in the back also come on. It doesn't operate any of the front ones, but if you're close to the front of the car, you're close to these giant LED ones on the bus. So it should work just fine. So all I've got left to do is pick up a new pin. When you fold this thing up, there's a pin, 5/16 pin, that goes all the way through and locks it so that it can stay on the back of the bus. And I've got to get a longer one. Lowe's didn't have one long enough for that. And I got to pick up those brake cables, but it's almost able to be used as a toad. So I don't know that a WRX is a common tow behind, but Subaru says there's nothing wrong with towing it 4 flat, 4 down. It's a manual transmission, so just put it in neutral. And conveniently, my steering wheel lock quit working a year or 2 ago, so I don't actually even need to have the key in to tow it, because the steering wheel lock doesn't work. So it is getting close.